Hello, amazing people, and happy Friday. I wanted to come and do a different kind of afternoon live and bring some awareness to the situation and not just the situation, many situations. I wanted to bring some awareness to this. If you don't know this story, I've definitely watched the video when it came to this story of how these twins went door to door in a Texas neighborhood seeking help. As these kids were going door to door seeking for help, you could tell they had handcuffs on. You could tell they had handcuffs on for a very long time. They were able to get the handcuffs off of their wrists. They then reached a home where a woman did help them, and they expressed to her, that they were locked in a laundry room. They also expressed to her that they were made to worship with mop water, and so many other different things going on with this case. I did read where documents said that the child services was called numerous times on this mother. The children were removed before, but then given back to the mother. And the kind of awareness I want to bring today is number one, speaking up. A lot of our people um in our culture have a problem with speaking up. I will say that I've witnessed so many situations where children are being mistreated. I'm not talking about children being disciplined. I'm talking about children being mistreated. I'm talking about left in the house by themselves while their mothers go party. I'm talking about not feeding their children. I'm talking about their children are not clean. I'm talking about children roaming around by themselves. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about children that when they have no coats, no hats, no gloves. I'm talking about small kids walking to school by themselves in the morning. I'm talking about situations like that where people will sit up and complain to other people or voice to other people, well, such and such don't take care of her kids, or oh, such and such left her kids in the house while she went out. And this is my thing, right? How can people sit up and gossip about the abuse when it comes to children, but you can't pick up the phone and call child services? You can't pick up the phone or try to contact a family member, maybe the mother's mother or cousin, or make somebody in the family aware. Sometimes it takes you to make the other side of the family aware of what's going on. Let me tell you something right here and right now today. Do not continue to sit up because they're your family, because they're your friend, because whoever they are to you. Do not sit up and continue to overlook abuse when it comes to children. Do you know, just it's first of all, it's horrific, because who can sit up and even know that children are being abused and never ever say anything and let children continue to be abused? There's so many times I had to step in and I had to let people know, don't call and tell me the children is being abused. Contact the police. Call child services. Call the dad side of the family, because I'm gonna be real with you, and we gonna have a real conversation. When it comes to a man abusing children, people have no problem contacting the police. They ain't got no problem calling child services. Baby, it's done immediately. But let a woman be sitting up abusing some children. It goes this far. And this ain't the only case. And I see how I posted this and there was only one comment and there was only a few likes on it, I'm sure. Because, baby, if it was a man, and there was a man involved in this situation, there was a man involved in this situation as well. But at the end of the day, these twins were this woman's children. And I heard there was more children involved. Do not listen. Let me tell you something. God does not put these type of situations in people's face for you to sit up and gossip about it and not take action. Let me tell you something. If God puts this situation in your face, it's meant for you to speak up. First of all, second of all, we have to start being a voice for the children in the community. Ain't no way, ain't no way children sitting up being treated like this. Starved, abused, mental abuse, physical abuse. We sitting out here, and bringing the awareness to domestic violence when it comes to black men. But we don't want to sit up here and bring the awareness when it comes to abuse with these children. At the end of the day, some of these children need to go ahead and be with the dad side of the family, baby, at this point. But you know what's so sad? I've talked to about three fathers that said they've called child services, they've called the police, they've complained that their kids, something was going on, abusive with their kids. The one father, the mother killed his kids. He complained, and complained, and then the mother took the life of the children. The other one, the other father kept saying something, saying something, saying something, and it took a long time before they even did something. Why is it not more awareness when it comes to these children? These children don't deserve that. Then you sit up and you mentally abuse these children at a young age, and then they end up in the system. Then they end up in prison. They end up with problems. Then you mentally abuse these kids, and then they end up bullying other kids or doing stuff to other people or just having issues. We got to start speaking up about this. I ask people all the time, and it really hurts my heart that you even have to tell somebody. I know people that would set up just, oh, well, my nephew was sexually abused or this person was sexually abused. Why'd you say nothing? Oh, well, that's my sister. That's my cousin. Baby, something's mentally wrong with you. I don't even want to ever talk to you again. How about that? How about get off my phone and stay away from me because that's the most disgusting thing that I've ever heard. But we got some disgusting minded people walking around here that rather gossip about it versus being a voice for that child. This was so disheartening to watch. Then it hurt my heart that they knocked on so many doors in the neighborhood. I'm so glad that God blessed that woman with the discernment to open that door and help them children. They said that the temperature outside had dropped. They didn't have the one baby didn't have no top on. I think the other one, they ain't have no coats on or nothing because they just had to run. Ain't no way we just gonna sit up and continue to let these things happen in our community and we see it. Neighbors see it, family members see it. They gossip amongst themselves and nobody is speaking up for these kids. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. If you know of your neighbor or somebody left some kids in the house by themselves, call the police. Call the police. Save the children. One of those children can get up and they can a fire could start. Anything could happen. They could drink something they ain't supposed to drink. And just think about it. You calling the police save that situation. The question is, why aren't people doing nothing? Why aren't people doing nothing? This hurts my heart. To even see something like this. Ain't no way. And child services was called numerous times. But people don't have no problem, baby, getting on this internet bashing a black man down. No problem. You know why? And then when I got an interview coming up that's gonna blow your mind with a young woman. And I'm gonna tell you something. People keep sitting up here trying to tell children, oh, you only get one mom. You only get one mom. That what do that got to do with the abuse that kids endure from their mothers? There's no awareness, baby. There's no awareness of the abuse that a lot of these black women put on their children. There's no awareness. You know why? Because society's so focused on a black man. So focused on the black man that there's so many children out here that has suffered from the mouth, the hands, and the actions of a black woman. But people will tell a child you only get one mom, but to sit up and talk about that child's dad like a dog to the child. If y'all don't see the problem, you the problem. If you don't speak up about what's going on, you a part of the problem. People can gossip about everything else, but you can't speak up about these kids in the community being abused, being starved. What's the problem? Y'all can speak up about everything else. And I don't know who you are. You know who you are. So let that lay dormant on your heart while you sit up and you know something bad is happening to children in the community, your neighbors, in your family, and you ain't spoke up and you ain't said one word. You just as guilty. Oh, baby, I had to tell a round table of people that told me something was going on. I said, baby, let me tell you something. You just as guilty as her. And I said what I said. And I meant it. You just as guilty as her because you ain't did nothing and you ain't said nothing. You know what? These moms is going to continue to sit up and do it because they think it's okay. Nobody around them is telling them they wrong. Nobody's taking no action. But guess who suffered? The kids are suffering. I cried when I seen this story and many other stories like it. I've been in foster care for a long time. I took in a lot of kids. A lot of kids. And let me tell you something. I took in a lot of kids from abusive mothers. Abusive mothers. Do you hear me? I'm talking about mothers that sat up and jealous and mad at their daughter because their boyfriend looking at their daughter. They ain't put the boyfriend out, but they put the daughter out. But this is the stuff people don't want to talk about. But baby, I'm telling you, I got me a special guest that I'm going to bring on this platform, and she going to tell her story, baby. And the story is so crazy, and these are stories you don't hear about. This is the stuff that ain't going viral. This don't go viral. They too focused on the black man, baby. Too focused on the black man. And that's why black women ain't taking accountability. That's why child services was called so many times, and this woman got her children back. They knew them children weren't supposed to go back. They knew that, but they put them children back in harm's way, and it's sad. I can't even sit up here and fathom what those kids. They were zip tied at the ankles. Just think about this: zip tied at the ankles. They was handcuffed, and she told them to wash up with that mop water. Sickening, disgusting, disgusting. Do you hear me? Ain't no way. But I'm gonna tell you something, baby. Somebody knew something. Somebody knew that this was going on with them twins, and they ain't said a word. Those people are just as guilty. I hope it sit dormant on their hearts, and they ain't gonna have no peace. But I'm gonna go a little bit further. Everybody that knows something that kids are being abused, and you know about it, you ain't gonna have no peace. You ain't gonna have no peace because God didn't sit up there and put that situation in your face for you to stay silent about it or for you to gossip about it. That is not why He revealed it to you. Why do y'all sit up and care about people being mad at you, the way people go and feel? I don't care, baby. I'm not hiding my face when I go on the news. You hear me? I'm not hiding my face when I tell somebody to their face I call it. I don't have no problem with that. These kids need voices. They don't have no voice for themselves, baby. They don't have no voice. They need voices. If you ain't gonna do God's work, get out the way. Stop sitting up talking about you a Christian. Stop sitting up talking. Stop praising. Stop doing it. Stop. Cause y'all ain't doing right. People is not sitting out here doing right. You can front on Facebook and say you're a Christian, you're doing this, you're doing that, but I'm gonna tell you something. God sees all, and God see that you did not speak up when He told you to speak up, and that goes for anybody that ain't speak up. Thank you, Miss Brown Sugar. She said I'm an advocate for the youth. Absolutely, absolutely, and we supposed to be. I spent time in foster care. My grandmom adopted me out of the foster care system. That's why my heart is with foster care. My heart is with kids. I know what I went through growing up, and I'm gonna protect kids from that. I'm gonna always be a voice, baby. I don't care who hate me. I'm gonna always be a voice. I'm telling y'all, you got to be fearless. You got to really serve God. You can't worry about who hates you. You can't worry about who gonna dislike you. You can't worry about that. You got to do what God told you to do. You got to speak up about what God told you to speak up about, baby. These people in this world, they don't matter. Especially if they out here doing some wrong stuff to kids and wrong stuff to people. I don't care if them type of people is mad at me. I don't care about nobody being mad. I want kids protected. I want them safe. I want them cared about, and I want them loved. Loved. Every child that came to stay with me, baby, ain't want to go home because I showed them love. I showed them the love I didn't have growing up. I cared about them. I let kids be a kid. I wasn't no kid when I was growing up. I raised my brothers. I was always babysitting everybody's kids. I didn't have no childhood. I let kids be kids because I know how it is to not be a kid and not enjoy life and be able to hang with your friends and go to the mall, go to the movies, have your little money to go to the mall and do. I know how it's not to be. So I let kids be kids. I let kids be kids. And I love kids. And I'm going to always speak up for them. Trust and believe that. And I don't mind telling nobody to their face, baby, I called. You got a problem? Because I don't care. I called. It's sad the women that sit up around other women, hang with them, go out with them, and you know that they left them kids in the house by themselves to go out to the bar. You hang around them and you see them mistreating their kids. You see them not feeding their kids. You see them sitting up putting a man before their kids. You see it, and those women that sit around other women. There's no accountability. They take no responsibility. When us as women, we got to do better, baby. We got to do better. First of all, why you even hanging around with a woman like that? Why you even hanging with her? That's all I want to know. Why you even connected with somebody like that? That say a lot about you as a woman. That you hang with a woman like that. But then them women will go gossip behind their back. Oh yeah, girl, she don't do this, she don't do that. Instead of being a voice for the children, they want to gossip about it. What good you doing to children? They still being abused. They still being starved. I couldn't even sleep at night knowing some kids is being starved. I couldn't even go to a bar and enjoy and have a good time, baby, and drop it like it's hot and bring it up like it's cold, knowing that them kids is at home by themselves and anything could happen. I couldn't even enjoy myself, baby. Let me say something. These women is a different kind of breed. This is a different kind of evil, a different kind of toxic, a different type of attention seekers. I don't know. It's different, baby, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Not the woman I am. I can't do it. Oh, going out ain't that important. Going out ain't that important. It's not that important. Baby, a man's not that important if you got to neglect your kids. Period, point blank. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Jocelyn, people mind their business for the wrong. Absolutely. Jocelyn, put it on a billboard, baby. People mind their business for all the wrong reasons. Exactly. People always want to mind their business when God told them to do something. People don't know by accident that kids are being abused. They don't know by accidents. God put that in their face so they could speak up and speak out and help those kids. Christians, so-called Christians, or whatever you believe. Whatever you believe. Whatever you make it look good for social media. Whatever it is. God sees all though. And you ain't gonna have no peace. People ain't gonna have no peace because they sat up and watched it happen. It ain't said a word. Ain't said a word. You had time to say everything else, but you ain't had time to say nothing about that. You were so afraid of somebody being mad at you. You were so afraid of your sister being mad at you, your cousin, your mom, whoever. You were so afraid of that woman being mad at you that you never ever said nothing. You were so afraid of losing the friendship, the family ship. You was mad about the whole family, baby. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all was mad about the whole family talking about y'all versus helping them kids. The whole family talk about you anyway. Y'all so afraid of the whole family being mad at you. F the whole family, baby. F the whole family. I don't care who's mad. Right is right and wrong is wrong. The whole family could never ever speak to me again. I don't care. Them kids don't deserve it. Period, point blank. They don't deserve it. I just want to bring some awareness to this. I hope the people that's listening that you ain't spoke up about that abuse that you speak up. I just don't want to see no. I don't want to see no more kids on the news. I don't. Baby, there's nosy neighbors everywhere. There's nosy family members everywhere. Everybody's nosy, baby. Everybody's nosy. I don't want to see no more kids on the news like this. It's hurtful. It's disheartening. And this should have been viral. That's it. That's all God sent me to say. If y'all haven't checked out my audiobooks, please support my platform. Grab my two audiobooks I have. They're $9.99 on my website, imshalakemia.com. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody that's going to go ahead and run over to my website, imshalakemia.com, and support my audiobook, support my platform, support what I do because it's time and we about to dig a little bit deeper. Have a great day.